Welcome back to my channel. This is my 6-month post-op video or update. It has been 6 months since my vertical sleeve gastrectomy, so if you're interested to see how my 6-month update is, how I'm doing, what I'm eating, my thoughts on this month, then please keep on watching. So I have a bunch of things that I want to talk to you guys about, including my stats and all this stuff. I wrote a list in no particular order. I'm just going to kind of run through them, make sure that I kind of touch on everything that I want to touch on for this update. And if you guys are interested, I got my bow at Forever 21. I love wearing head bows and like bun holders and stuff like that. Just in case you guys were like, that's so cute, you know, I thought I'd give it a shout out because I'm obsessed with things like this. And a lot of my coworkers, when I show up at work, they love my bows and stuff like that. So anyways, that's not what this video is about. So this is my 6-month post-op update. Here are the stats. I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy on November 29, 2016 at Hackensack University Medical Center by Advanced Laparoscopic Associates, and my surgeon was Dr. Ewing. The day of surgery was my highest weight. I did not have a pre-op diet. My highest weight was 322 pounds, roughly around there. As of today, it is like 6 days after my 6-month technically. But as of today, when I'm filming this, I am 237 pounds. So that is a total weight loss of 85 pounds. Every time I make these videos, like I'm flabbergasted when I say how many pounds that I've lost. Like I really cannot believe 85 pounds is off of my body. It feels like well, it is so much. It's so much weight. It's, you know, literally lifted off my body. And I feel absolutely amazing. I really do. Each month that goes by, each week that goes by, I have way more energy. I feel, you know, the initiative to do certain things that I didn't want to do before, didn't care to do before. And I'll touch up more on that later in this video. So I'm just going to run through my list. A couple of like pros things. So I'm officially right now a size 16, which I haven't been a size 16 in pants since like elementary school. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was high school, but I don't know. I haven't been a 16 in a really long time. And to most people, I mean, they're like, oh, 16, that's still plus size, but I don't care. Going from a 22 waist, to a 16 is pretty extreme in my opinion, and I'm very, 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 very happy that I fit into 16s now. And I can definitely tell how fast my inches are going down versus the pounds. Like, yes, I've been losing a lot of pounds, a lot of weight, but my inches go down much faster, and fitting in a size 16 I thought was like, I don't know, like just so surreal. And I'm officially like an extra large in like shirts and pants and, you know, sweatshirts and things like that. I'm roughly around an extra large. And I was before a 3X or a 4X. I would get 3X or 4Xs and things like sweatshirts, t-shirts, some pants or skirts that went by the XXL sizes. So going from like a 22 to a 16 and a 4X or 3X to an extra large is huge, and I'm really, 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 really happy about that. And I just wanted to share it with you guys because I'm definitely celebrating that victory. So a couple things I wanted to touch on were like some non-scale victories and things. And when we say non-scale victories, for those of you that do not know, victories that come from after surgery that don't have to do with the scale and weight. So I'm going on vacation soon, and I was kind of hesitant to try on swimsuits for vacation. I didn't know how it was gonna go because my body is constantly changing. Sometimes it's like amazing to see the change, and sometimes it's a little bit upsetting because, you know, I am starting to notice more loose skin. I am starting to notice things jiggle that didn't jiggle before. However, the pros outweigh the cons, and, you know, I was just really scared to try on bathing suits because I didn't know what to expect. But I'm actually very, very happy that I got to find some 2-pieces, like tankini type swimsuits that I absolutely adore on my body, and I really, really love them. And these are types of swimsuits that I would have never even considered prior to my surgery. Like the fits would have never fit me right, like the cuts of the swimsuits, I mean. And things like that, I would have never considered, you know, wearing these types of swimsuits, or even thinking I would be confident in wearing certain types of swimsuits, like the ones I chose for my vacation. They're really cute. They're not like string bikinis or anything, but they are 2-pieces, and some of them are like high-waisted, some are like the cross-backs, just really cute swimsuits that I feel fitting into them is such a victory for me after my surgery. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys about that. I also touched on this a little bit, I think, in my last video. I commute via public transportation now for my job. I work in the city and I live in New Jersey, so I obviously take the train. And prior to surgery, the train would kind of be a nightmare. You're 322 pounds, all of that weight is on your feet. Obviously you're just looking for a place to sit down on a packed train, and sometimes you can't, you know, you can't sit down, and you just feel your weight on your feet. You don't like to stand up, you're really lazy, you just like don't want to do it. It's a headache, you know. Some people might not get that. Some people, well, most of you guys probably that are watching this will understand that feeling. But taking public transportation for me is just something that's just natural for me now. If there's like one empty seat, I can fit there confidently. I don't have to worry about squishing somebody or being self-conscious sitting in the seat and, like, you know, just completely squeezing the strangers or shoving my body into a seat that does not fit, or a space that does not fit on the train. Like, that's no longer a thought that crosses my mind. Whereas before surgery, I would constantly think about standing up on the train, where I'm gonna sit, who's gonna be next to me, am I squishing somebody, things like that. It's just silly little things, but really make a difference when you do lose weight. Really makes a difference when your body is a lot smaller and you don't even have to think about things like that. I hope that makes sense, because I can kind of go on a little tangent sometimes. Another thing I wanted to touch on was adventure parks, or you know, ride parks, amusement parks, what I'm trying to say. I got an invitation to go to Great Adventure. There's a Great Adventure here in New Jersey, and prior to surgery, I would have like hated the thought of going to Great Adventures. One, I would have hated the thought of walking for an entire day. I would have hated the thought of standing in lines for an entire day. I would have hated the thought of shoving my plus-size body into a roller coaster seat that would not close properly. Because yes, I've had that happen. The last time I ever went to Great Adventures was my last time because of my size. So let me just tell you guys what happened. I basically sat on the Nitro roller coaster, I believe. That was the last one. And that one does not have the top part. It's just like a seat that kind of pushes into your stomach and kind of clicks in to fasten, and it would not click. And I kept on shoving it, and they're like, you know, we can't start the ride unless it clicks. So I was so stubborn, I didn't think about my safety, and I was just like, no, it's gonna click. We just gotta shove it. So I didn't care. I wanted to ride this ride, and one of the guys, honestly, the staff should have told me to just get off. They should not even think about my feelings, because safety goes above how I feel. And they should have just told me to get off of the ride. But the guy did one last push into my stomach, and literally the seat belt part of it was like inserted into my stomach. Like, it was so bad. It squished my, like, I felt my organs being squished, but I didn't care because it locked and we were ready to go. The entire like 2 minutes of the roller coaster ride, I was in agony, like just the pain from squishing my stomach in with the seat. And I was in complete anxiety because I thought, I'm gonna bust this seat open because I put so much pressure on it that I'm gonna fall off of this roller coaster and pretty much die. Like, it was just the worst experience. It was the most ridiculous experience that I put myself through, now that I think about it. But that was my last time ever going on a roller coaster. That was my last time ever going to an amusement park like that, or even thinking about going on a ride. So when I got this invitation recently to go to Great Adventures, it wasn't even like, I didn't even have to think about it. I immediately said yes, and I was like super excited, because I know now in my new body, in my smaller weight, I would never have to feel that way, like I can't fit on a ride, or that the seat won't close right, or things like that. So I was super excited to go. Unfortunately, we didn't go because it was raining that day, but whenever we do get the chance to go to Great Adventures, I am so excited for it, because I kind of convinced myself I didn't like amusement parks anymore. I kind of convinced myself I didn't like roller coasters anymore, which is completely untrue. But that's kind of just what you do to psych yourself out so you don't feel bad. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I kind of talked myself out of doing any of those things. And yeah, I haven't been to an amusement park or on a ride since then, and I really can't wait to try it out, and hopefully I will update you guys on that in another video when I finally can sit in a roller coaster seat comfortably, or any kind of adventure ride seat comfortably, and have fun and enjoy life, you know what I mean? Another thing that's kind of related to what I was just speaking on is like zip lining and parasailing and kind of water adventures you find, or adventures you find on vacation. Usually there's a weight limit. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's usually a weight limit when it comes to zip lining. There's a weight limit for skydiving. There's a weight limit for parasailing, things like that. I would never be able to do any of those things prior to surgery, because I exceeded the weight limit for like 100 pounds. So I've always wanted to do those things. I am a very adventurous person. I love to do things like that. I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but I do love adrenaline type things. Especially like zip lining, skydiving, jet skiing, even things like that. I would love to try and do, and haven't tried because of my weight. So I'm extremely excited to go on vacation, because I feel like I'm going to check off a bunch of things off of my bucket list. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, just kind of to throw more positive vibes in this video, because I know my last video was like 10 things that I hate about being post-op. And not that I'm doing 10 things I love about being post-op, I just wanted to show you guys that not everything is sunshine and rainbows when you lose the weight and enjoy your body and enjoy life more and have more energy. You know, there's things that you're gonna hate after surgery, so that's why I made the video. That's why I made that part of the video in my last one. So I just wanted to put more positivity in this video, in case you guys were like, you know, kind of turned off by that last video. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I never think I'm making any sense, but I'm just gonna keep on talking. But yeah, so I'm going on vacation soon. I'm going to my country, Honduras. For those of you who do not know, I am half Puerto Rican, half Honduran. My mother's side is Puerto Rican. My father's side is Honduran. He was born in Honduras. So as a child, I used to go to Honduras all the time for like a month at a time. I haven't been in 3 years. And I have 2 little siblings in Honduras that I haven't seen in 3 years. So I am very excited to go. 1, it's vacation. I love traveling. 2, I get to see my family. 3, I haven't been there in such a long time. But 4, or another thing that I'm very excited about, is to sit on a plane seat without a seatbelt extender. Now that may sound so silly, or like you guys never even thought that existed, but yes, for overweight or oversized people, I should say, there is a seatbelt extender that you can use on the plane. And I've always had to use that. I've always never fit the regular seatbelt on a plane, on an airplane seat, and I've always had to use the extender. And I feel like the most embarrassing part is to ask for the seatbelt extender, and like the thought of just not fitting comfortably on an airplane seat, having to ask a stewardess, hey, can I have the extender because my fat ass does not fit in this fucking seat. It's just humiliating. It's humiliating. It's degrading. I feel it's a horrible feeling. And some of you might relate to that, and some of you might not, but for me it was a shitty feeling. I hated it, and I thought about it constantly every time I traveled. So this is I think the first time that I get to, yeah, this is the first time I'm traveling since my surgery, and since losing 85 pounds off my body, I don't think I'm gonna need the seatbelt extender anymore. So that's gonna be such a victory for me. As little or silly as it sounds, that's gonna be such a victory for me. I'm really, really excited to experience that. I don't think I have anything else as far as like non-scale victories to talk about. So I'm just gonna move on to something else. What I've been eating. So I don't have a set routine. I'm the type of person that I get bored very, very easily with food. And I'm also the type of person that if I like something, I will eat it every day, 3 times a day until I get bored of it, and then I'll just quit it cold turkey. So yeah, I'm just such a weird person when it comes to food. But I don't have a natural routine. Like, I can't stay here and tell you guys, when I wake up, I have this. When I go to work, I have this. Before, you know, at lunchtime, I have this. Like, because I never have a good routine. I wish I can build a good routine. I wish I can sit here and tell you guys I eat 4 or 5 meals a day, small meals a day, drink a lot of water. But that is completely untrue. And I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you a fake routine. I eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat when I'm not hungry. I try my best to get as much fluids as possible, and I really, really try, and I stress the word try because I never succeed in getting like 64 ounces or 72 ounces that you're supposed to have. But I try to drink as much as possible throughout work or throughout the day. But usually when I wake up, I have either my fruit drink that I told you guys I make, which is just fruit in my NutriBullet, water in my NutriBullet, either my protein powder or my vitamin tablets in my NutriBullet, mix it up and drink it. Or I will have protein with coffee, or I will skip the protein and just have a nice coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That's pretty much my breakfast. If I'm gonna eat, which is very rare that I eat in the morning, I usually like just to have a drink supplement or something like that, like Premier Protein. But if I'm going to eat something, it's usually eggs and cheese. I was making last week, I had it like I said, I had it like 3 times a day for like 3 days until I was completely tired of this meal. But it was egg whites with orange tomatoes, the orange little cherry tomatoes, salt and pepper and cheese. That's all I was making. I had like maybe 2 tablespoons of the egg white. I would cut up 4 little cherry tomatoes, sprinkle cheese, salt, and pepper, scramble it up, and that's what I would have. I would have it with some whole wheat crackers, and that would be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I was completely obsessed with it. It went down right. And for those of you who've gone through this journey or gone through weight loss surgery, you guys know when something sits right in your stomach, you eat as much of it as possible because it's kind of rare to find something that really settles in without you feeling any kind of after effect, you know? So that was my meal pretty much for like 3 or 4 days straight until I got tired of the egg whites and because I ran out of egg whites. But yeah, that would be an ideal, like that would be what I would eat for breakfast, either of those options. For lunch, it's whatever I could get my hands on at my job. So at my job, they have like this taco place. They have a bunch of fast food chains and a bunch of restaurants. I work inside kind of like a mall. And they have, you know, restaurants and coffee shops and things like that. And they have like Pret and all this stuff. So it's whatever I feel like getting for the day. But obviously I'm going to eat something small. So if I go to the taco place, I eat 1 taco, which is a 1 little soft taco with whatever meat I choose. And I'll usually have veggies or cheese or things like that. If I don't eat from the taco place, it's usually Pret a Manger. You can find them all over the city. And I'll eat one of the half a sandwiches, which I really love that Pret does that. They'll make their regular sandwiches and then they'll make the half sizes. So my favorite from Pret is the tuna and cucumber half sandwich, and I can eat pretty much a whole one of the half. They're like this big, and it has a lot of bread. So a couple bites I'm like feeling full, but I have finished one time. And just whatever I can get my hands on really, and I'll just have a little bit of whatever I can eat. And then for dinner is usually the hard part, because my boyfriend and I like to go out to eat a lot, and I don't want to waste money if I'm not going to eat, you know, a full-size portion. It makes me feel really bad. So I feel like the dinner is like the hardest part for me, because I never know what I'm going to eat, and I feel like so indecisive, and I feel like it's such a waste for me to choose because I'm barely going to eat anything. But yeah, so we'll go to like Chipotle and I'll have one soft taco, or we'll go to this other Mexican restaurant and I'll have one soft taco. Usually those are like safe for me because it's a small taco and it has meat, which is my protein, and like veggies and cheese. If we have pizza, I usually have a couple bites of the pizza. But pizza is really not good for you. I mean, it has a lot of carbs and salt and all that stuff. So, plus I really don't get any kind of nutrient from pizza. And I try to eat things that'll give me some kind of substance, you know. If we cook at home, I'll usually make a meat with like a vegetable or a potato or something like that, and I'll have a small portion of it. But I can't think right now. It's like certain, like specific foods that I've eaten. I really can't think. Oh, I do want to share that, I don't know if I talked about this in my last video. I might have, but tapas places have been my godsend, because I still crave very savory foods, but I can't order such big savory portions like a burger or a steak or something like that. I can't order that because it's just a waste of money for me, and it's just a waste of food. So tapas places have been a godsend. I'm lucky to live near a Portuguese area, and they have a lot of Portuguese and Spanish tapas places, which have been a complete godsend for me. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, tapas is just small plates. So it's a restaurant that gives you a whole bunch of small plate options. And I'm a sucker for like cheese plates. I'm a sucker for like little appetizers, small plate things that have meat and cheese, or veggies, or spinach and artichoke, like little dough balls or things like that. So if you guys are on the hunt to eat like really savory foods like you're used to prior to surgery, I definitely recommend finding tapas places next to you, or small plate restaurants next to you, where you can just share with your significant other or friends a bunch of small little appetizers, because that's the best way to go. You get to feel that feel that you're used to of like eating a whole bunch of different things without eating too much and getting sick. I hope that makes sense. But tapas has been amazing for me. I found a new drink. So I'm used to taking Premier Protein, but Premier Protein is very hard for me to find, like very hard. It's never at the Walmart I go to. It's never at the Rite Aid I used to get it from, like or the CVS. I feel like I was the only one purchasing it, and when I went through all of them, they just didn't restock. Like, that's how I feel, because now I can't find it anywhere near me. So it's not easily accessible to me. So I'm constantly on the hunt for something to substitute the Premier if I can't find it. And I found one at Walmart. I completely forgot the name because I threw out the container. But I will try to get a picture of it, or the name and the description, and put it somewhere around here. Because that one is a really good one. It's not as good as the Premier. Like, it doesn't have as much protein and vitamins. But it is a good, delicious supplement, and I believe I get the cappuccino flavor because I'm addicted to coffee and anything that tastes like coffee. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, so I will post it around here, and hopefully that helps some of you. You guys could go check it out. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, tapas is just small plates. So it's a restaurant that gives you a whole bunch of small plate options. And I'm a sucker for like cheese plates. I'm a sucker for like little appetizers, small plate things that have meat and cheese, or veggies, or spinach and artichoke, like little dough balls or things like that. So if you guys are on the hunt to eat like really savory foods like you're used to prior to surgery, I definitely recommend finding tapas places next to you or small plate restaurants next to you where you can just share with your significant other or friends a bunch of small little appetizers, because that's the best way to go. You get to feel that feel that you're used to of like eating a whole bunch of different things without eating too much and getting sick. I hope that makes sense. But tapas has been amazing for me. I found a new drink. So I'm used to taking Premier Protein, but Premier Protein is very hard for me to find, like very hard. It's never at the Walmart I go to. It's never at the Rite Aid I used to get it from, like it's or the CVS. I feel like I was the only one purchasing it, and when I went through all of them, they just didn't restock. Like that's how I feel, because now I can't find it anywhere near me. So it's not easily accessible to me, so I'm constantly on the hunt for something to substitute the Premier if I can't find it. And I found one at Walmart. I completely forgot the name because I threw out the container, but I will try to get a picture of it or the name in the description and put it somewhere around here, because that one is a really good one. It's not as good as the Premier, like it doesn't have as much protein and vitamins, but it is a good delicious supplement, and I believe I get the cappuccino flavor because I'm addicted to coffee and anything that tastes like coffee. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, so I will post it around here and hopefully that helps some of you. You guys could go check it out. Things that I've noticed regarding my body, I am still suffering from extreme hair loss. It might not look it, but I am losing a lot of hair. Every time I wash my hair or brush my hair, I am losing a ton of hair, which it scares the shit out of me. But honestly, I feel like I'm a little bit more chill about it than I thought I would be. It's just something that's happening to me, and hopefully I can find a remedy, or hopefully it will be temporary. But yes, I am losing a lot of hair. Luckily, I had a lot of hair, so even though I'm losing hair, it's not so drastic as if I started out with like thin hair, you know what I mean? So I am losing a lot of hair, but I have heard from coworkers and friends and family, like Jamaican castor oil, I believe, something Jamaican black castor oil. I have a picture of it and you can find it on Amazon. It's supposed to help with hair loss, so I'm definitely going to try that out when I come back from vacation. Because I want to find, you know, a natural remedy to regrow my hair. I don't want to take any pills or things like that, and I don't want to waste my time with these fake hair masks or regrowing shampoos and things like that. I just don't want to waste my time. I want something that legit works, and I've heard rave things about castor oil, so I'm definitely going to give that a try, and I will keep you guys posted. Hopefully in my next video or the next 2 videos, I will have tried it and I will tell you guys if it actually works or not. But hair loss is still a struggle for me. Jiggly parts are a struggle for me after this weight loss surgery. I am finally noticing like my wings and my legs are jiggling a lot more than I thought they would. My legs are slimming down a lot, but yes, I do have loose skin. It's not crazy or anything like that, but I notice it. My boyfriend says I'm being so dramatic. My mom says I'm being so dramatic, but to me, I notice it and I am very self-conscious about it. But like I will continue to tell you guys, the pros outweigh the cons. A little jiggle is not gonna bring me down from all of the victories I'm gaining and all of the things that are happening to me after surgery. Like, the pros outweigh the cons. That's all I can say. Like, if I have to struggle with some jiggle, I knew that in the beginning. I knew that it was gonna happen before I had the surgery. I'm struggling with hair loss. I knew that was something that can happen to me. So I'm just trying to stay positive because, you know, there's so many more good things that come out of this. Another thing I'm noticing is like my feet are shrinking. My feet are shrinking. I think I started out as a size 10 and I think I'm a 9.5 or 9 right now. I totally see my feet going down. So I guess I had a lot of fat around there and it was making me a size 10. But my mom did say that was gonna happen. I just didn't think it was true for me because I thought I just naturally had big feet. So yeah, so I'm curious to see how much more they will go down in size. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you're like, my shoes are fitting funny, I don't know what the hell's going on. That could be a possibility. You just go down a couple sizes. I also feel like I shrank in height, but there's no way for me to prove that because I can't really remember how tall I was. I'm sure I could find it out in my notes somewhere, how tall I was the day of surgery, but I feel like I shrank. I don't know if that's possible or it's just something in my head, but I feel like I shrank because sitting in my car, driving in my car, I would have the seat all the way pushed back, and now I have to push it up to touch the pedals comfortably and drive comfortably, and I never used to have to do that, so I feel like I'm shrinking. But yeah, I don't know if that even makes sense or if that's even something that could be possible, but just thought I'd share that with you guys. I feel like all I did was ramble in this video and talk about random things, but I hope it was interesting and I hope you guys learned something about my journey, and I hope this video helps somebody, especially to stay positive during this journey because it is a crazy journey, but it's full of a lot of excitement. And I'm really, 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 really happy that I have gone down 85 pounds. I'm happy that the surgery is working for me. I'm happy that I haven't blown my brains out and completely given up. I'm happy that I'm staying positive, and I'm a lot happier day by day because you guys know from that first video or the second video, it was downhill. I had some rough times at the beginning of this journey, but it is getting way better, and I'm super happy and super grateful and super proud of myself for making this decision. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me questions and comments down below. I love hearing about you guys' surgery dates or things that have been happening to you, how much weight you guys have lost. It really means a lot to me when you guys communicate with me. Please give a thumbs up to this video if you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and until my next update, bye guys.